Scrunchy. Hey Scrunch, are you ready? Are you ready to control my week? Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for this video. I've wanted to do it for a while. My dog is going to pick how much I read for the next week. I have a couple different ideas on how to get her to choose, and I'm also going to be making her choose between how many pages I'm going to read and then also how many hours I'm going to read, and it's just going to be a mix. So like one day it'll be a number of pages and the next day it'll be like a time, like 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, just to mix it up and keep it fun. I got these little slips of paper with all of my times and pages that we could get. We have 50 pages, 80 pages, 100 pages, 150 pages. Then we switch to minutes, so we have 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, and then an hour and a half. So hopefully this choosing process goes according to plan and she actually picks from the little slips. If she gets bored of the papers, we will have to figure out something else to get her to pick how much to read. I'm currently filming this intro portion on a Tuesday, but I'm pretty busy the rest of the day, so I'm gonna start the actual reading vlog tomorrow. So we're gonna go from tomorrow, Wednesday, to next Tuesday, 7 days. So yeah, let me go get my dog and I will introduce her and then we will get to picking. So this is Scrunchy, my dog. She's 5 years old. Oh, she is named Scrunchy because when we first met, me and her, she ripped my ponytail out of my head and that was held up by a scrunchie. So I just named her after what she loves most in the world, scrunchies. She's not a very cooperative dog, so we will see if she's gonna cooperate here. We're taking a head rub break. Are you gonna help me? Okay. I'm gonna put you down. You gotta be still and calm. Can you do those things? Sit right here. I've got my slips. Slips. Which one? This one? So, 50 pages. Scrunchy. Hey, Scrunch. Do you like any of these? Do you want any of these? Get back here. Scrunch. Get back. So that wasn't working, so I put the papers on a plate and I put different foods on top of each one, and we will see which one she picks. Oh, okay. 80 pages for Thursday. What are you doing now? Cheese? Okay. 100 pages for Friday. 45 minutes for Saturday. Do you want the other stuff? Oh, no. Okay. I'm gonna put the remaining 2 slips in either hand, and I'm gonna hope she thinks there's treats in there, takes them. Which one? This one? Okay. 20 minutes. Which hand is the blueberry in? Okay. This one? You did find it. Here's your blueberry. 80 pages. This one? Okay. And then finally for Tuesday, we have an hour and a half. Scrunchy, you're so difficult to work with. I love you. I love you. Okay. Hey guys, so I'm back, ready to kick this reading vlog off. I'm in my bed, of course, my favorite place. So for today, Scrunchy chose 50 pages for me to read, which I feel like that's a good start. That's like a good 20-30 minutes, I feel like. Typically, I like to read for like an hour or more a day, but I feel like 50 pages, 30 minutes is probably like a good start for this vlog. So I'm excited. I have 2 book options, so let me go ahead and show you and talk you through my reasoning for choosing each one. The next book on my TBR is Beach Read by Emily Henry, just because I've never read it and I kind of feel left out, and I've been wanting to read this book for a really long time. Like, I have checked it out at the library like multiple times and then sent it back because I just never got around to it. It never really called to me. But as I'm filming this, it's like middle of August, so like the next couple of weeks is like my last kind of chance to read like summery books in the summer and just like have all the vibes. So I kind of want to read this now. Not that I'm like not excited to read it or like that I don't want to read it. If I didn't want to read it, I just wouldn't. I just feel like I always like get it and then I put it on my shelf and like something else like more exciting comes in and I'm like, I want to read that, and I just never got around to it. But I do want to read it. I really want to know like what it's about, and I've been getting a little bit more into Emily Henry lately. I talked about this in my reading wrap-up video, but like I never was the biggest Emily Henry fan. It wasn't that I like hated her writing, but like everybody goes like feral over her books and I was just like, they're good, but like I don't know what about the story is making everybody so obsessed. But I think I figured it out. I think it's that she writes really real characters with real problems and then gives them romance instead of, you know, 2 characters that just feel like they're written for each other, that they're written for this book. She does really good character work and really good banter and all of that, so I totally understand why people like it. But something that I've been learning about myself is I think I'm like a really big plot girl. Like books that, like when I read books that don't really have a lot of plot, like a lot happening, really exciting event after event, and just maybe are focused more on character and inner arcs and vibes, if you will, I don't enjoy those as much. I need some excitement, some events to kind of suck me in and keep me wanting to go back to the book to see what's gonna happen next. I just need some like intense plot. So I think that's why I'm not like obsessed with Emily Henry's books. I wish that I was, but I think that's why I wasn't like right away obsessed with her books, because I was like, it's more just like characters and they're real people and they fall in love and they go through emotional challenges, and I'm just more of like an exciting, hectic plot kind of girl. But to be honest, now that I've like realized that about myself, that like I just love plot, I've actually started to like Emily Henry's books more because I know what to expect. I know that like character and internal struggle is something to expect, and so now that I feel like, you know, the pressure's off of like me having to like it and then not knowing why I don't, like now that the pressure is gone, I feel like I actually like them a lot more. Like I just read Funny Story and I did give it 3 stars because again, I don't find them extremely entertaining and gripping. The romance is always beautiful and perfect and great. She writes really good characters that really complement each other. I totally understand the hype. I'm just a plot girl and I can't help it. So I'm probably not gonna give books with less plot like very high ratings, but like I did enjoy reading it and I read it in 2 days and I was like laughing because like it's very funny, it's very good. It's just like I like to be gripped and pulled in. I think that's why I really like fantasy and like thrillers and mysteries, because it's just like there's plot points that are happening that makes you want to continue. I feel like in a lot of romances nowadays, it's like very character driven, which is totally fine. Like I'm learning, there's a time and a place. So I kind of am in the mood to read this because I did enjoy Funny Story and it's the end of the summer and I feel like this would really be the vibe right now. But my only kind of apprehension and why I brought another choice was because I started listening to the audiobook for Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, which is my first Abby Jimenez book. I'm very excited to join the club. It feels very similar to Emily Henry. Not like really writing style wise, but like it's very character driven. I'm on like chapter 17 and it's like not a lot of plot has happened. It's just very character driven, which again, time and a place, starting to have an appreciation for it. But it's like, do I want to do two, oh, that's backwards. Do I want to do two summer romances at the same time? Like, will I get confused? Because on the occasion that I do listen to an audiobook, I like to like, I'll read when I have like some downtime, and if there's ever like a day that I don't have downtime, or it's like maybe I'm doing a deep clean in my room, or I'm getting ready to go somewhere and I'm like gonna be alone with my thoughts for like hours on end, which I don't want to do, I'll listen to an audiobook. So sometimes I'll read physical books and I'll listen to audiobooks at the same time, and I don't really get them confused. I think for me it's easy to remember like what is a detail about a story that I heard and what's a detail that I read on a paper. I can keep it pretty separate in my mind. Also, I write my own books, so like there's a lot of different story details going on in my mind, so maybe it wouldn't be an issue to read both. I just don't want to take away from either of them by kind of reading at the same time, and I don't know if I'll start to compare them or something. Like usually when I do an audiobook and a physical copy at the same time, I'll read a book that's like I'll read two books that are really different. Like I'll read a physical romance and then a audiobook of like a horror novel, so that it's just very different experiences and like worlds that I'm going into, and I just don't know if there's that much of a difference. Anyway, that was a lot of rambling, but that's basically why I brought this second option, because I am super excited to read Beach Read, and it is next on my TBR, so it would, you know, keep us going. But another book on my TBR is Lightlark, and I did get it from the library, and this is like fantasy, right? Like fantasy dystopian, I think. So this would be very different. Oh my god, it's reflecting the light. So this would be like very different from my audiobook, and maybe that would be a little better. I am reading for 7 days, so I hope I can maybe do like 1.5 books. It's just like 50 pages. It's not like a lot of progress to make. So I think I might do Lightlark now. And then when I finish Just for the Summer and when I finish Lightlark, I'll do Beach Read next and give it a spotlight, you know? So yeah, I think I'm gonna read Lightlark today. Thanks for talking that out with me. I brought over my Taylor Swift bookmark because it's nearly Folklore Evermore season, Folkmore Everlore, which I'm so excited for. I love fall. Anyway, let's get into Lightlark. I think I'm gonna do mostly a spoiler-free vlog. If there's anything I want to bring up, like any plot points that really like shock me and I need to share them, then I will have put spoilers in the title, but I'm not gonna really be like reading and then breaking down what I just read, you know, like plot wise and everything. I'm just gonna read. If there's anything I need to share, I'll share it with you, any opinions, any thoughts, but I'm not gonna really go out of my way to like break down everything, you know? So with all of that being said, let's get to reading. Ignore my butterfly pillowcase. I've had it since I was like 5. I wash it. I'm just gonna keep it in my rotation until it falls to shreds. Before I get into the book, I just want to have a little moment of appreciation for my nails. If you ever see my nails and you're like, oh my god, I love her nails, like, who did them? Me. I always do my own nails. And I worked really hard on this set. Like, I'm talking like it took me like 3.5 hours. Like, it's embarrassing. So here they are. This is one of my favorite sets I've ever done in my life. I've been doing my nails since like 7th grade. So I would have been 12, 13. I'm turning 20 in 2 weeks as I'm speaking. I think this vlog comes out in October. Like, I've been filming a lot of videos lately. I have a lot of like backlog, but yeah, so I'm probably 20 as you're watching this. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. These aren't my natural nails. My nails never grow really that long. They're really kind of brittle, probably because I've been doing my nails for 8 years, but I do Gel X extensions for the tips to make them longer and almond shaped, and then I build them up, make them thick, and shape them with builder gel. So here they are up close. It's not focusing. My hands are in really weird positions. We have zebra print French tips. Sorry to flip you off, but this is like supposed to be like picnic blanket, checkered vibe. It's just not gonna focus, but I feel like you get the idea, even if they're blurry. This middle finger is a star, which I freehanded, and I'm like really, really proud of that, to be honest. These are like kind of neon green French tips. I got dirt under my nail, don't look. Then this one's just some squigglies, this one's a strawberry, and this thumb is some flowers. I'm just very proud of that, and I wanted to document this set and have it like on the internet forever because I'm really proud of it. And I'm really sad, like they're growing out, and I think I might redo them in a couple days, and I'm really sad. Like, I don't want them to leave me, but they're gonna grow out and fall off and like look ugly. Like, they already look kind of grown out. Unfortunately, I did them when I didn't have any plans because I thought that I would fail majorly at doing the patterns. So yeah, I've just kind of had these nails for myself, you know, self-love. Anyways, I have literally rambled so much, like I need to shut up and crack into this book. Here we are. Okay. 50 pages. Oh my gosh. 50 pages is exactly on a chapter. This is page 50. So I guess technically I'll read 49 and I'll stop right here. Is that cheating? I don't know, but yeah, we'll read to page 50. Munchie, I'm doing the reading that you told me to do. You told me this. You told me to read this. Okay. Finished my 50 pages. Took a little break to go sit with Scrunchie for a minute, as you saw. She's very clingy. She will come to my bedroom door and scratch on it until I come out and sit with her. So I had to do a little change of scenery, but managed to get away and get back to my comfy bed. Wish I could read more, but that's not what this video is about, so I do have to wait till tomorrow. I think it's 80 pages for tomorrow, so that'll be fun to get like a little more into the story. So far I like it. I'm on chapter 7, like I finished 6, about to start 7, so I'm not like super into it, but it's intriguing for sure, and I'm excited to continue. But yeah, that's kind of all I've got for you guys today, so I will see you tomorrow. Hi guys! Please ignore my hair. I just got out of the shower and my hair is still kind of drying and looking a little bit rough, but I finally have my downtime to read, so obviously I'm bringing you guys along to update. For today, Scrunchy chose 80 pages, so thankfully more than yesterday, so we can get more into the story because I really want to. But yeah, I don't really think I need to ramble for much longer. I'm just gonna read, and then if there's anything I want to bring up while I'm reading, I will do that. Man, I love my bed. So 50 plus 80 is 130, so... Oh my god! 130 is literally on the start of a new chapter, just like 50 was. Like, it's the perfect stopping place. Just stuck my bookmark at page 130, and we will read until then. Last chapter. So I have a couple thoughts. I am enjoying the story. I do like want to know what happens next, and I kind of want to keep reading, but again, not gonna do that. But I am intrigued. The more I read, I get more roped in, so that's a good sign. Usually if like I don't like a book, like I'll just get more and more bored as it goes on, but this is just pulling me more and more in. So plot wise, I do like it, and like there's a lot of characters and they introduce them all at the same time, and it's really kind of a lot, but I'm starting to know them and know their differences, and like it's all starting to kind of come together in my mind, if that makes sense. So I am enjoying it. The only negative I will say is the writing is a little clunky. A lot of run-on sentences, a lot of confusing language, and like over-explaining, over-describing. I've had to like go back and reread paragraphs because I'm like, what are you even saying? But that could also be because I'm tired or that I'm stupid. But I'm not sure that the writing is my favorite, but it's also like not the worst. It's not like too distracting from the story. Just on occasion, every once in a while, it's a little clunky. I just like, when I read, I kind of turn my brain off a little bit. So sometimes when I read fantasy and it's like trying to explain these concepts to me, I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying. Like, I'm trying to just zone out. So writing is a little bit of a lot, but the plot is good, so that's what I feel so far. I'm on chapter 18, like about to start chapter 18. So again, still really not that far into the plot to like have a lot of opinions on characters and stuff. There's like 55 chapters, I think, 56. So still not super into the story, but I am liking it so far. Yeah, just that I do a little update on what I'm thinking. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Great. I'm trying to balance my tripod on my knees, and it's not really working. Scrunchy assigned me 100 pages. Okay, so we've got a ghost joining us today. That's nice. 100 pages. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I have 100 pages in my soul for today. Like, I'm tired. And for some reason, it's hot, even though it's been cold. So, I'm sweating profusely, which always makes me angry. I wouldn't say that I'm angry today or like in a bad mood necessarily. I'm just not in very much of like a productive mood, you know what I mean? I really just want to like lay in bed and watch TikTok. But Scrunchy is, you know, looking out for me, and she says, no, you know, you need to read 100 pages to keep the brain rot from setting in. So it's nice of her to think about me. So yeah, I might not have as many like comments today. My brain is just like not really on. We are on page 130. There's no page number, but this is 131. So we're on page 130, so 100 pages would be 230. Why do the chapters always end on like even pages? I don't want to read all that, y'all. It's fine. I'll have a good time. Anyways, I'm gonna stop complaining and just get to reading. But I am gonna turn my fan on. So if you see like my hair blowing a little bit, that's what that is. I'm just unbearably hot right now. I know that I said that I wouldn't have as many thoughts today, but if there's ever a time that I don't have a strong opinion about something, I'm probably dying. I know that I've said multiple times that I would stop saying, not mean things, that I would stop kind of like giving criticisms or like just sharing my opinion on like other people's writing. Because I'm a writer and one day I hope to be published, and I just don't want to say something on this channel when like kind of talking about books or reviewing books that like could be perceived as mean, that somebody could maybe see one day. I just feel like I do not want to be that person, because there's no such thing as like bad writing. You know, it can be bad to you or you cannot like it for certain reasons, but there's no such thing as bad writing. You know, for every book, there's at least one person out there in the world that would like it, and there's just an audience for everything. There's no such thing as bad writing. It's all extremely subjective. You know, like I've mentioned in these videos that I like a lot of plot, a lot of things happening very quickly. I usually don't feel as gripped and like pulled into stories that more focus on characters and like an internal journey. But that's personal preference. There are so many people out there that are very, very intrigued and gripped by books that are just about characters and don't have a whole lot of like a continuous plot. So reading and books are so subjective. I don't ever want to go on a whole rampage of like, I hate this book, their writing's bad. Like, I just don't ever really feel that strongly about it. Like, if I don't like a book, I just will either DNF it if I can't stand it, or finish it and then never read another book by that author. Like if I don't like their writing style, I just won't read another book. Like I don't feel the need to like say a bunch of mean things, you know, because writing is also so personal. Like if somebody said a bunch of mean stuff about my writing, I would cry. So I just like really don't want to mindlessly say stuff on this channel and then maybe regret it one day. But at the same time, I make book vlogs and I love sharing my opinions about books. So it's like, I don't know what the balance is of like, what can I say? I guess like I just shouldn't go on like rampages like hating on stuff. I think I'm allowed to like say if I don't like something because that's just personal. Anyways, all that being said, I kind of said this yesterday, but I'm not loving the writing style of this book. I'm gonna kind of sound like a broken record probably because I said all of this yesterday, but it's very like clunky. It doesn't really flow in my brain. The prose just isn't very good. Like occasionally there'll be a really good like metaphor or something, but like I don't know. I'm not loving it. Also, I feel like it's not descriptive enough. Like it will mention like a building or something and then it will spend like 3 sentences describing what it looks like, and it's like, we're in a fantasy world, like you need to go on for like paragraphs and paragraphs and like ornately describe this thing. Or rather, you don't need to do that, but like that's what's typical in fantasy, and it's just like my imagination is struggling to picture all of this stuff that she's talking about. And like there's flickers of like I'm reading it and I'm like, oh, that was written really well, I can imagine that scene flowing really well. And then there's like scenes that I'm like, what just happened? Like it's just not very smooth. I hope that somebody like gets what I'm saying when I'm like, it's clunky. I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's like making me want to put the book down or not finish it, because I am enjoying the plot. I just think it could have been written a little bit more in depth. I just feel like it could have been written better. I'm sorry, I don't want to say that. It just feels like a lot's happening very quickly. It's very rushed, very clunky. I don't know. I know I said like I like when a lot happens, but I don't like when it feels rushed. I don't know, maybe I'm being too picky or something, but I do like the story. I want to know what happens. I'm enjoying the little sprinkles of a love triangle that we're kind of getting, and that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. And like I kind of wanted to say like, who am I rooting for, just, and we'll see if like by the end of the book or something like I change my mind, or if somebody like roasts me in the comments or something. As of right now, I'm on page 230, right? Yeah, I'm like, you know, 200 pages in. So I'm sure like some things will be revealed, like backstories and stuff later, and more stuff will happen. But as of where I am right now, I'm not feeling very like pulled to either option, Oro or Grimm. I'm not feeling particularly attached to either. I enjoy the scenes with Isla and Grimm more. I think they have better banter and they're more similar characters and they seem to like understand each other. I also like how he can read her feelings. That's pretty cute. But I don't like not like Oro or something. He's just there. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. I swear I don't mean to be like mean or anything. Whenever I read books, like I try so desperately hard to be like positive, because for me like a good book is one that entertains me. So like that's my criteria really. I know I get like a little bit particular when I'm like, I like it when it has a plot and I go into like details, but baseline, if I'm like entertained and like I can kind of disappear into the world and I'm like thinking about it throughout the day when I'm not reading, like if it's entertaining me, if it's keeping me hooked, if it's keeping me thinking about it, then it's good. Like I don't even care. Like I've read a lot of books that I guess maybe people would say are bad or like not the best quality of writing, but like it was just so entertaining that I don't care. So I am entertained. I just feel that the writing's a little clunky and it's taking away so slightly from the reading experience. I have a pretty good imagination, so like when there's a sentence that I'm like I don't understand what she's trying to say here, but like I can read between the lines and I know what you mean. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow for more reading. I am begging you to ignore my hair. My bangs are getting on my last nerve and I just need them to get away from me. So that's what's going on here. Anyways, I'm back. Today, Scrunchy assigned me 45 minutes to read today. She really has like no consideration for the fact that I am lazy as freak. She doesn't care, it seems like, so I'm still feeling very tired and very brain rotted today, but I am excited to make some more progress of this book. I really want to finish the book because like at the start it's like read 20 pages, then read 80 pages, and just like, can we pick it up? And that was like in 2 days, and like I usually read books in like 3 or 4 days, and I'm just wanting to wrap it up. It feels like all I do on this channel and in my vlogs is complain, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna be quiet now and just get to reading. Like I said, my brain still not really working today, so I might not have like a big review or like thoughts today, but I did say that last time and then I went on like an hour-long rant about it, so who knows. I've got my old phone, so I'm gonna set a timer for 45 minutes and get to reading. I'm on chapter 31, page 231, so we'll see how far I get in 45 minutes. Don't know how it's gonna go, but hopefully I make some good progress. Let's get to that. I got to page 339, chapter 48. I'm happy with that progress. The only thing that I'm not that happy about is the fact that I have like 8 chapters left and I have to be done for today. I would love to just sit here for a little bit longer and just, you know, get the book done. One, I've been reading it for a while and I would just kind of like to power through. Not that I'm like not enjoying it. I've already voiced my kind of mixed feelings on it. I want to just like sit there and page turn and get really like into it, which I don't know if like Scrunchie's times have let me get to that point. Two, a lot of like plot twists and stuff is happening, and I do kind of just want to finish it and see what's gonna happen, but I have to wait till tomorrow. I don't really have a lot of like thoughts to share about what I just read, because this is like spoiler free. But yeah, there's been some like betrayals and some plot twists, and there's just a lot of craziness happening right now, and I would love to just find out like what the conclusion is, like what's gonna happen. But I do have to wait till tomorrow. I don't know how much I'm reading tomorrow, but hopefully it's enough so I can finish this book, because I really want to know how it ends. I'm glad that I did like, you know, sit down and get the reading done, because I was feeling really tired and I have like a little bit of a headache, and I was like, don't really want to do this, but it was nice to like disappear into a world, disappear into a book. It's very relaxing to me, so I feel good. I made a pretty good chunk of progress in 45 minutes. I just wish I could keep going, but I can't. I have to wait till tomorrow, but you guys only have to wait 5 seconds, so let's cut to tomorrow. I know I say this like every single time, but please ignore my hair, specifically my bangs. I took a shower earlier, so my bangs aren't really like styled or looking good in any regard. Please just don't look at them. Anyways, enough about my hair. You didn't come here for my hair, unless you did, and if that's the case, I'm very sorry. Today, I'm reading for 20 minutes. I am so close to finishing Light Lark. Let's see how many like pages. I think I determined that it was like 8 chapters left. I almost just read the ending, but I didn't. So 8 chapters, about 70 pages. So I'm pretty sure that I can read all that in 20 minutes. So we might be finally finishing this book today. I'm pretty excited to see the ending and stuff. I don't want to sound like a broken record or like be too annoying, but obviously I've already kind of discussed my issues with this book, but the plot's very entertaining, and since I'm getting so close to the end, I do really want to know what happens and figure that out. So let's get to reading. That timing was perfect. So I finished the book. I don't want to give any spoilers, so I can't do like too in-depth of a review, but what I will say is the plot twists there at the end were insane, and I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing me complain about this book. I am sick of complaining about it too, but the plot twists like felt a little bit disconnected from the story. I wish there had been maybe a little bit more foreshadowing of what was gonna happen, though I will say maybe I missed something. Totally possible, but the ending was like enjoyable nonetheless. It just was like a little unexpected, and obviously like I don't want plot twists to be like predictable, but I feel like you should plant little seeds so that it doesn't feel like it's totally out of left field and like totally random. Also, I'm fairly happy with how like the love triangle ended. I know there's like a sequel, so who knows what's gonna happen in that. I don't think I'm gonna read it, but that was definitely a fun time, and it was definitely like an entertaining story. It just was definitely not one of my favorites or one of the best things I've ever read, but I've read much worse. Anyways, I will see you tomorrow, and we'll start a new book and keep going with Scrunchy's demands. I'm fresh out of the shower, I'm all clean, I shaved my legs. Now I'm in my bed and I get to rub my smooth legs together like a cricket under the blanket and start a new book. This is what life is about. Ignore my drowned rat appearance today. That's just what we're dealing with. But yeah, we're starting Beach Read. Very exciting. Scrunchy assigned me 80 pages today. That feels good to me. Like 80 pages feels like a good start. Like it's not too far into the book right away, but I feel like 80 is enough to get a good vibe, so should be fun. I have slightly high expectations of this book. I know that I shouldn't because we've been over this. I'm like not the biggest Emily Henry fan, but so many people say that this is their favorite book of hers. I don't know, don't want to get ahead of myself, but I am excited. I just have to pick a bookmark before I get started. I'll get back to you with my top contenders. So here are my top 4 that I've kind of picked. I picked my little hairy photo booth vibe because I just feel like it's so summer. Look at that. It feels perfect. But then I also have this little cloud one, and just like it's also perfect. Oh, cute! How am I going to pick? And then I have my Eras bookmark. I just thought it could be fun. And then I have this Hello Lovers Niall Horn bookmark. And I feel like this goes with the color scheme and stuff. I am feeling these two more, so I think I'll try to decide between them. This one's more like aesthetically pleasing and it goes with like the vibe, but this is more fun and this is more me. I think I'm gonna go with Harold. He's calling to me. It's time. I'm a little bit afraid. I'm also excited. I'm gonna get into it. You better ignore how I kind of look like a hospital patient right now. Like, should I read the back? This sounds good, y'all. Technically I read 82 pages just so I could get to the next chapter, but I don't have like a ton of thoughts yet about it, but I like it. This has never happened before with an Emily Henry book, but I actually really like it. I want to keep reading, but I did have a good time reading it, and I laughed out loud a few times. So yeah, I'm excited to continue this. Tomorrow is the last day of this vlog, the grand finale, so I will see you then. I look like an English teacher. Hi vlog! I just wanted to kind of pop on here really quick and give you a little intro to the final day of this reading challenge. This week is the last week that my community pool is open, so me and my mom are gonna go sit out and like chat, and I'm gonna read. Scrunchy assigned me an hour and a half of reading. I think we'll probably be there for an hour and a half to 2 hours. Will I read the entire time? Probably not. But I am going there to read, and I'm gonna be sitting with my book for like an hour and a half, so I feel like that counts. I will try to get some clips of me reading. I'm not sure how many I will feel comfortable getting, just because I know that it's gonna be busy, and I know there's gonna be people everywhere, and I'm scared. So we'll see. I'll probably just try to get some like subtle, sneaky clips in. But yeah, let's go. Guess what I have?
What?
I know we're not going to the beach, we're going to the pool, but
Yes.
I have the perfect beach read.
Oh, what do you have? Beach read.
Did I get any footage? No. Technically, we were there for an hour and a half, and I did sit with my book in my lap. Just, you know, first of all, it's 90 degrees, so there's just like beads of sweat like pouring off of me. Very uncomfortable. And we just kind of got to talking, and then we got too hot and we had to actually get in the pool. Like, it just wasn't a very relaxing reading time, but I'm gonna count it because technically I did sit with my book for an hour and a half and it was open, and I read like a couple pages. But today's the last day of the vlog, and I'm really exhausted. I didn't get much sleep last night, and then the sun really tired me out, so I don't think I'm gonna feel up to reading anymore. So I'm just gonna count that as my 1 hour and a half because I put in a lot of effort. I really tried. You know, like I went to the pool, I was trying to be cute, like, but yeah. I was just popping on here to give a little mini update and also to end this vlog. I hope that you enjoyed. Sorry if you feel like I kind of cheated today, but it is my channel and my video. I don't want to read anymore. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like and a comment so that I know to do more videos like this. You could subscribe if you want more reading vlogs and just vlogs in general. I post once or twice a week. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a really great day.